How are you? Let me make sure I'm going live in all the groups first before we get started. Let me pull up my stuff. Notify some folks. How is everyone today? Happy Wednesday. Finally Wednesday. We are all good. Let me add a comment and tag everyone in the group. That will work. Perfect. I think we are good. Awesome. So we are live. Yay. No one's watching yet, but that's okay because I popped on real fast. And before we get started, we'll let some folks come in and get notified. So I wanted to show off my new little cup I had. I started, I think I started drinking out of it yesterday. So, and it's a cute little cup. It's glass. This is my newest obsession right now. I really like her. It is Wednesday. And it says, over your dead body. That's appropriate for today, right? Over your dead body. Awesome. So, it's my newest obsession, my newest cup. I'm a big coffee cup kind of hoarder, and Blair's like, you don't need any more cups. I'm like, yeah, I know, shut up, but I want cups. I need all the cups in the world. So today we are going to be talking about stepping into your divine power and stepping into the daily practice of rituals. And when people start coming on to the live, right? I want you to let me know where you are coming from. And also, I want you to put in number one in the comments, because the first person who puts in number one in the comment is going to get a little mini activation, or a little mini kind of session with me, where we look at your hidden talents and where your hidden power is at and how to manifest that. So if you jump in and you are the first one, I want you to comment one in the comment section below. And then whoever comments one um, and beats everyone else, because it's always a competition, right, gets my free little mini activation. So I wanted to give you a little bit of up to date of what's going on and stepping into your power. So yesterday was a magical as fuck day for me, as every day is, right? But some days can be a little bit more magical than the rest of the days or the other days in your life. So yesterday morning, I was like, you know what? I've been kind of slacking on doing a lot of rituals, and I haven't been lighting my candles. I haven't been doing my mirror work. And, I must confess, this is full transparency, that sometimes business gets in the way of doing my own personal rituals, my own personal empowerment. So before I even started with the day of my magical life, right, I was like, all right, I'm going to first of all go to my morning altar. I'm going to journal a little bit, and I'm not a big journaler, to be honest with you. I like to do things instead of write things down, unless I'm burning stuff, right? And then I love to write stuff down, and I love to burn it because I have a lot of fire in my chart too. So anything to do with fire. I'm not a water sign though. I don't really have a lot of water, but I do like to burn things. And so I intentionally woke up this morning or yesterday morning, and I was like, this is what I'm calling into my life. This is what I am here for. This is what I demand. This is what I'm going to manifest. And everything I do is going to bring me closer to working with my ideal clients. So we talked a little bit about this in the academy yesterday. I have a High Priestess Academy, and yesterday was our monthly coaching. So I talked a little bit about how to use spell work in your magic and what tarot card you should be using. And so when you work with me 101, we create this special magic for you, this special ritual for you that resonates with you. And I've tried all the other stuff. I've been doing this for 35 plus years, right? So I have tried everything. And I got to the point where, I was like, I'm doing the magic that resonates with me, that works for me. I'm going to be very intuitive and very in tune with what is going on in my magic. And I'm creating that magic for me. So, and this is what happens when you work with me. And this is what happens when you work with a seasonal mentor, has been doing this for a very long time, right? We're about action. We're about putting the YouTube channel down. We are about closing that book. We are about stop reading stuff when you're working with me. You concentrate on what I am teaching you. You concentrate on your personal power. You concentrate on your intuition. You concentrate on your energy. And everything else needs to be out in your surroundings and not in your inner circle. So yesterday I woke up with intentions. I did my mirror work. I did my sigils to bring in ideal clients and to change who I was working with. And as you know, that I am in the promo cycle of working with ideal clients. That's why you see a lot of posts going on, and enrolling people into my Fierce AF 8 or 6 session program, because this is who I'm calling in. I'm calling in my ideal client, and I'm calling in my specific money goal and my specific ideal client I want to work with. So I set my intentions in the morning from the very first step out of bed. What I did is I created this routine when I lay in bed. I listened to some inspirational stuff. I'm with my clients, I show them an app that I use every morning to really change my mindset and really get me motivated on what kind of energy I'm working with every day. And then after that, I do my divination in my, I call it coffee divination. I love coffee in the morning. A lot of people, that's their sacred space. Their sacred time is, hey, don't speak to me unless I have my cup of coffee, right? That's kind of how I am. I'm not a morning person. I'm a late morning and evening person. That's where I do my Magick app. So I did my coffee meditation. I did my divination. I did what messages I need to learn from the universe today, and where my energy and where my blocks were for the day. And then I did my mirror magic. I did sigil work. I, did my sacred womb work. I did all of that today, or yesterday, my intentional day. I took my sacred bath. I did anointed myself and my hair and everything with ideal client, attraction oil, money oil. I did all of this stuff, right? It's a whole ritual and mindset of how you want to attract and bring in change in your life. But you have to be in tune with the power of you and the power of yourself and the power of magic. When you know that you can change your circumstances from the time you wake up, or you can walk with purpose every single day, your energy and what you're open to receive changes. What you speak is what you attract. What you believe is what you attract. If you're living in lack mentality the entire time and you're worried about what's going to happen or what you don't have, the universe is going to throw at you what you don't have. So you have to switch that mindset. Hello. Thank you for joining me. You have to switch that mindset from the moment you wake up. Are you going to live in your divine purpose every waking moment? What is your goal for that day? Your goal sometimes may not be working with your ideal client if you own a business. Your goal may be, hey, I just want to rest. I want to meditate. I just want to go within. I want to journal. I want to do some, inner work today. Today, I'm not working in the divine masculine. Today, I want to work in the divine feminine. There's nothing wrong with that. But you have to set your intentions on what you want to do magically through your day. Hello, everyone. Let me know where you are tuning in from. We got some people coming in. So, like I said before, if you want a little bit of coaching and a little bit of insight into what your divine purpose is or what your witch power is, type in 1 in the comment section, and then I'll actually do some sessions, a little mini session for you. So I set the intentions of what I wanted to do. When I came into my office, okay, I completely sprayed and anointed and saged my office with money drawing, with sigils, with oils, attraction, everything. I set my money altar on fire. It had candles everywhere. I activated it and I set it on fire. Which, when I say I set it on fire, that means it was in motion, right? So I had a comment. So let's see. Hopefully it will show me what it is. Oh, I know. I hope I didn't. Let's see. I got as planets from Scorpio, Moon, and Taurus. I'm horrible at reading this. Pieces rising. I know my gifts is about deeply feeling, mediumship, and balancing power. So I think that's good. I'm still learning this program. So Caitlin's here. Okay, now some people are coming in. Now I can see. This doesn't allow me to see the comments on everyone. So let's see. So Elena's here. Hello, Elena. I haven't seen you in forever. Caitlin's here. She is one of my students, or was my student. So let's see. I think we're good. I think I typed something in. I can't allow comments or see comments on my screen. So I'm going to have to look over here. So you have to set your intentions. You have to be divinely connected to your source, to your sacred womb, to your what I call root chakra, right? So I set my intentions of what money goals I had, what my energy is going to be when I hold that energy space every single moment of every single day for that day, for yesterday. And I know that I was calling in the ideal client. I know because I've done this so many times, right? I was like, I'm determined. This is what it's going to be. I say it is. So mote it be. Get the hell out of my way. This is what it's going to be. So I signed up a high-end client yesterday, which I knew that I couldn't have gone wrong with that because that's what my intentions were. That's what I have been working on. That's what I raised my vibration to call in that high ideal client, that high-end client. So even though I woke up or the day before, I was like, man, what am I going to do today? What am I going to manifest today? What are my goals today? What am I doing magically to live my life, to reach my goals? And then yesterday, I set my intentions. I did my rituals. I did everything that I needed to do to live in my divine power. And I hit all of my magical goals. I hit my money goal. I'm working with my ideal, high-end ideal client. So you can change your life completely when you're living in your divine power, your witch power, the personal power within yourself, right? Once you tap into that power, there's really no stopping you. You can create anything that you want because the universe can't deny you. And I was working or talking to one of my clients in the group, and I asked her what does she want to work with and what does she wanted to manifest or what does she want to dive deep into and create for the next 3 months. And her answer is, I don't know. I'll have to think about it. That is the number one thing that is stopping every single one of you from not reaching your goal, is because you don't know what the hell you want to ask for. You have to be clear. When I sit there and someone asks me, what do you want to create in 3 months? I already know. I already know what I want to create because I work with that every single day. I work with that energy. I'm a visionary. I want to be able to see what I want to create. So if you're not asking specifically what you want in your life, the universe doesn't know what to give you. The universe is going to give you whatever it wants to give you because you're not specific enough, right? Does that make sense to everyone? I hope it does. But I've always been like that. I've always known what I wanted, right? And most of you do, but most of you are afraid to actually say out loud what you want. So the power, and I'm, perfect example. A lot of us in here are a perfect example of how you can change your circumstances all through magic and all through empowering yourself through magic, right? The first thing that when trouble comes along, or you should be doing is going straight into ritual, straight into magic, straight into controlling the situation. And hey, I can change this. You got an unexpected bill, I can change it, right? You have unexpected health problems, let's work on where the stem of it is coming from, right? If you want a new job, do some magic around it. I know when I was looking for a new job, when I was in corporate America, right? I was interviewing at one of the colleges because I was in higher education. So what I did to get the job is I did all the magic around it. I went to the school and I put magic into the corner of the four walls of where I was interviewing at. I took dirt from four walls in there so I could bring that back and do a magical ritual on that. I anointed my resume. I anointed my hands. So when I was going to do interviews on that job, my hands were anointed with magic, with passion, with speaking articulate, speaking clearly, demanding and commanding the room and shining above everybody else. So I did magic around that. When I needed to get a loan for a bank, I went to 4 different banks. Or when you want to bring in money, you go to 4 different banks. Ideally, where if you're banking to where you're banking at. But now a lot of banks have virtual banks, so really any bank would be fine. Go to 4 different banks, go on their property, get a scoop of their dirt, put it in a jar, and do a money spell with that. This is the stuff that should be inherited, that you go to. This is the stuff that's in your DNA, but you got to tap into this freaking magic to know. Something comes up, who really cares? Because there's a magic around it to change that situation, to change that for you. If you want a new house, you got it. If you want a new car, you can get it. If you want a new long-term loving relationship that values you, are on the same frequency, you can have it. You can have everything. If you want to go down to Bali and just have vacation in Bali, you can have it. But are you going to work for it? Are you magically going to work for it? Right? That's the question. Or are you going to step into the divine DNA that's within you, right? And ready to embrace that. Because a lot of you are afraid of the power within you because you're stuck in this like mentality and you're stuck in this victimhood. And this trauma based, and I'm not saying that trauma is not real, it is, but when it keeps you stuck and it keeps you from moving forward, there's something that we've got to really work on magically and internally, and look at your past life and why this keeps happening and what we can do magically to change that for you in this present and your future. Because once you change your present, you're changing your past and you're changing your future, right? So that's why it's super important you tap into your witch power, change your circumstances. First thing you should do is go to ritual. Do some magic around your circumstances. You are not victims anymore. You are not powerless anymore. You are not a victim of your circumstances. You can change everything you want to. You just have to create that magic within you. You have to heal the trauma that has been given to you, probably through DNA, sometimes even through the womb, right? So If anybody wants me to do a little mini session and dive into some of your hidden witchy talents or your witchy power, type 1 in the comment. And the first one to type 1, I will do a little session with you. Small little mini session. So this is the stuff that I'm going to be going with and teaching you when you work with me for 6 modules. For not 6 modules, 6 sessions. I'm thinking about my school. Everything in my school is module based. But when you work with me for 6 sessions and we only have 2 left, like I said, one of my high-end ideal clients bought 1 package. I only have 2 left. So this is a transformation that you will get. But it's scary because a lot of us don't know what we don't know. We don't see what our power is or what a power could be. Okay. I'm trying to see if I can change. I don't know if I can change this. Ah, there we go. I think I changed. Yeah, I did. Woohoo! See, learning. And don't be afraid of stuff. Don't be afraid of letting go of things, right? A lot of times we hold on to things that no longer serve us just because that's familiar and just because we are used to living in that chaotic environment or the lack mentality, right? I mean, I was there. I created so much craziness in my life because that's what I was used to. I wasn't used to living in harmony with who I was and harmony with the universe. All right. So let's pull a collective energy card since I don't see anybody tapping a 1 in the comments right now. So let's do a collective energy reading. So let's see. Oh, wow. Okay. We're getting a lot of visionaries in here. So this is mediumship skills for a lot of you, which is really interesting. This is animal spirits. This is wise spirits. This is visions of life beyond death. So this is mediumship. This is spirit communications. This is you working between 2 worlds, between the spiritual plane and the earthly plane. You are the divider between the worlds. Okay. So you can speak to the dead as easily as you can speak to the living. But it's interesting with this one. My eyes itching, y'all. We have to create that practice for you. You like to work in liminal spaces. You like to work in dark spaces. You're not so much a light worker as you are working with the dark. I'm not a light worker. I'm a dark worker. So this is about seeing visions when you're closing your eyes. This is about you seeing visions in your third eye. That has to do with how a person is doing on the other side, or how that person's, and what they're telling me is you will actually see people pass through, and how people here in the earthly plane are going to pass through and their death. So you are probably a death doula. You do really well with healing and helping people pass over, right? If you want to create a spiritual business, that is where your spiritual practice and your spiritual muscle, right, or power is at. Helping people here transition to the spiritual plane, but also working with wiser, older elders, even ancestors that come through. I'm seeing a lot of Native American energy around you, a lot of indigenous people around you. I don't have that so much. So that is not my totem. That is not my thing. I don't work with a lot of indigenous type of gods or goddesses, right? But you're connected to spirit. You're what I call a spirit walker. and you actually fly on probably astral projector. You fly up and down on the wings of the owl, a white owl, which white is about purity and white is about, an owl is about wisdom and carrying the messages through the plane of the spiritual and the earthly plane. So I wouldn't be surprised if we did a past life regression if you were probably a wise old woman in a village and people came to you for doing ceremonies and speaking and getting answers and healing from the ancestors. So your gift is ancestor work, and your gift is also working with people who have passed through the veil. Okay. So visions of life beyond death. And it's almost like you see what's going to happen, but you also can see what a person's potential can be on the other side. And if they're going to be reincarnated, sorry, my allergies, y'all. If they're going to be reincarnated, what they're going to do when they're reincarnated, what they're going to look like when they reincarnate. So this is really interesting for you. And the number that you need to be working with is 44. 4s and 44. So a combination of both of those. Does that make sense? I know. And the crow. The crow is another one. Yep. And thought forms. You can actually go into the spiritual world and speak to spirits on the other side, but bring back some information or bring it back into an actual physical form here, right? Ectoplasma. That's really interesting. So work on your ectoplasma skills, work on your mediumship skills, work on opening your third eye skills. Lots of eyes are on you. Lots of ancestors are looking to see if you're stepping into your power of working between the two worlds. I love it. All right, so that's a little bit. And then when you work with me, we'll do activations on that. We'll do practices on how to empower yourself through the information that comes to me. So in 6 sessions, you could be a completely, totally different person, which is what you really want to be, right? You want to be the powerhouse that the universe and God and Source has always wanted you to be from the time you were born, even before you were born, right? All right, everyone, that is it for today. If you want to grab one of those 2 sessions left, or you just want to have a conversation about what other programs I have, send me a message. Let's work it out. Let's have a conversation, and let's see what is right for you and where you're at in your practice. All right, everyone, wish on, and we will see you later. Enjoy.